Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin here after the daily candle close. Yeah, Bitcoin is still holding sort of in that range that we've been hovering around the whole day. Talked about it before. I can't remember if it was in the Bitcoin or Ethereum video that probably today there is not going to be too much movement because, well, tomorrow, or actually it's today here in the UK now, we've got CPI. I will probably do a live stream again, as I did it last time. When we've got CPI, when we've got the report coming out, I will send a live stream link later around because that was quite popular last time, and I think it is worth doing on these exceptional days when the whole world is looking at inflation data and everything carries on as normal and people can get back to their lives. So everybody's holding off trading, and then, you know, all the trading activity is being squeezed into the half an hour after the report comes out. It's always a bit crazy, but yeah, hey, we've done, again, we've come into the support area. I think we sort of barely touched it or might have missed it by a few dollars, but we have, I said that in the last video already, we have enough waves now to indicate that Bitcoin could bottom very shortly. So throughout the last week and last couple of weeks, sort of the theme was, you know, ideally we are going to make another low here in a deeper wave 4. Ideally we're going to come down lower. Highlighted risk is increasing here due to the choppy nature of that movement. I took some profits, highlighted that, and it shows it was the right decision, yeah. And I've started today, or yesterday, to scale into different coins again. Bitcoin not yet. I might do that if we go a bit lower. If not, then not. Or I might do it along the way. But for now, you know, it's sort of playing out. And I did say it earlier today. I think again, due to the beauty of Elliott, you were one of the best informed communities out there that was very much prepared for this move. And again, I don't want to say that these moves always play out, but I think the movement since the end of last year was handled exceptionally well. Down here, I remember we talked about that ideally before going down, we see an extended move to the upside, which happened, which eventually developed into a much stronger trend, which is fine, you know, but at least down here, the idea was we are going to go higher first, which we've done. And then obviously we built on that impulse up here, which this was sort of the first time where I said risk is increasing massively, take some risk off. And then we come down into here, and here the theme is now, you know, we've got some favorable risk reward ratios for long trades, short-term long trades for anybody who's interested in playing them. And, you know, is it going to work out? I don't know. We're not doing crystal balling, but we are in favorable risk reward ranges again. And that's typically when it makes sense to take trades, you know, and that's great, you know. And so I just want to let you know if this now works, if we are now turning around and move up in a fifth wave, which could happen very, very shortly, you know, maybe even tomorrow. You know, we've got that catalyst CPI. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I mean, even if we see downside, Bitcoin could still come down all the way to around 20K and still have the wave 4 valid. I mean, we've basically, as I said, we've done what we need to do on this move down, yeah, in terms of the subwaves. But when you have a catalyst like CPI, be aware that this can lead to some serious distortions. So tomorrow is gonna shake it all up a little bit. But yeah, let's take a look. What would actually be the target, you know, for that next wave up? So we're talking about here, we are talking here about the area between 24.6 and 26.7K. I'd rather be looking at the top end of this, sort of the 26, 27K range here, but we'll see. I mean, the first target would be the wave, the first valid wave 5 target here would be 24.6K, but I'd rather be looking at the higher end here. But we'll see. You know, I just want to give you some orientation. We will be able to specify that much further when we see the first waves in this move to the upside. But let's take a look also at the lower end. And what happens, by the way, if we drop below 20K? I did answer that question many times before. If we drop below 20K, we need to be watching, are we in a wave 2? If that happens, I will provide a wave 2 support area and an invalidation point. At the moment, we're far away from that. And if we drop below that as well, then we're continuing with the bear market. As you know, continuation with the bear market is still very, very real. And my primary expectation is not that we're heading back into a bull run. I'm actually still leaning towards another low for Bitcoin, but you know, we have to have an open mind, and I don't mind going back into the bull run. It's not so much about what's the primary expectation. It's often a misunderstanding, yeah. It is about know about your environment in trading. That's, you know, you're basically halfway there in terms of winning the battle, right? When you know your environment, know the different possibilities. That's the strength of Elliott Wave. A lot of people think, all right, you know, it can go up or down, and you've got 2 or 3 counts. And people get confused, but this is a strength of Elliott Wave, that you know these possibilities. Elliott Wave prevents you from being caught off guard. And there were maybe just a few rare occasions where we were really only really caught off guard on this channel. I really seriously, where we were really caught off guard, I can't remember it. It might have happened, you know, but where something really surprising happened that we weren't talking about, it rarely happens. I mean, I do so many videos and analyze so many coins, and, you know, it might happen here and there, but when you know these different possibilities, you're rarely caught off guard. And that's a strength, because then you can only when you know the outcomes, the possible outcomes, you can define your strategy. Yeah, because how do you want to develop a tactic to maneuver the space of probabilities if you don't know the possible outcomes? So it's always, Elliott Wave works out of a principle of elimination. So you've got 2 or 3 counts, and then you basically eliminate one after the other, and the most likely count remains. But then we get to the point where you shouldn't really trade the count. Now, if I say to you, I hear that sometimes, you know, someone like, you know, I sold ADA because I thought it will go to 15 cents. Yeah, well, had you known all the different possibilities by listening to the Elliott Wave videos, then you wouldn't have sold off, because, or probably not that much, because there are always 2 or 3 different possibilities. And as I always highlighted in every ADA video, or not every, but in most ADA videos, also ADA had done the minimum that it needed to do in this current correction. So when that's the case, you know, don't bet everything on, you know, it will still go lower or whatever. Be prepared for different outcomes. Play it strategically. It's all about the strategy. And don't trade the count. Trade the pivots. Trade the support areas. Yeah, today we entered into various support areas, and a lot of coins already exited them. You know, is it going to be sustainable? We'll see. Probably we won't know until we've got CPI data done. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So here also Bitcoin, you know, we've got enough waves down that we could say it nearly reached target here, and we've got basically, you could say it did reach target. On some charts it might have done, depending on the exchange. It even broke above the previous wave 4 high. So either this is now already the start of the 5th wave to the upside, or what we've got here is only the first wave of the 5th wave. We won't really know that until it breaks above the 22,090 level. If we get above 22,090, we have a really good case to be made that the low was in. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.